The Drake Cutlass Steel is a new ship coming to Star Citizen Alpha 3.16. It's a mighty mini dropship variant of the old classic Drake Cutlass. Let's have a quick bit of a tour of the ship while we talk about it. So, the Drake Cutlass Steel. I thought we'd actually have a bit of more of a look at it, give it a quick tour. So, externally, it's pretty similar to a Cutlass. You go, you know what, this just looks like any other old Cutlass, and with a bit of a different paint job. But you can see these little mounted guns here, which will move into the doors and actually can be used by the crew. You've got a rear remote turret as well, which we'll get into. I really like the idea of this. I love Drake. It is one of my favourite manufacturers. I love the idea of a bit of a dropship variant. Maybe it's a bit excessive, but look. So we've got the pilot. He's got a load of missiles and 4 forward-facing guns. They're on gimbals by default, basically with a load of size 2 gimbaled weapons, but you could put 4 size 3 fixed weapons there if you wanted. That's just a lot of forward-facing firepower. Yeah, and yeah, if you want something a bit more heavy-hitting, but slightly less mobile, then maybe change it up weapon-wise. You've got a turret on top. That's got 2 size 3s as well. That's a manned turret. And then you've got the remote turret at the rear, which I believe is controlled by the co-pilot chair, and that's got 2 size 2s on it. And yeah, it's that little extra rear turret. That's pretty useful if you're trying to get away from stuff, or if you've got a light fighter that's tailing you. But other than that, sort of exterior-wise, it's Cutlass. It's got all the Cutlass features. You can change the orientation of the engines and that sort of jazz. Let's have a quick look at the cockpit. Straight cockpit. You've seen it before. You've seen it with the Cutlass. I do not like running ballistic weapons with ships like this, especially the Gatlings that just run out of ammo so quickly. I mean, that ammo is going to go down incredibly quickly. I'd much rather run energy, even if it has to recharge every so often. Let's jump out of the chair and give you a bit of a tour of the ship. You've got your 2 bunk beds. You've got a little mini armory for the crew. You've got your manned turret access. So, front of the ship, pretty Cutlassy. Then we go into the rear of the ship, and you're like, oh, I didn't realise there was this much room in a Cutlass. So, 18 jump seats for Marines. That's a lot of Marine. Like, far more than you could realistically need. Well, I say that. In the future of Star Citizen, I'm expecting to see loads of these ships deployed. It's just, at the moment, there's not that many reasons to use ground vehicles and ships that are dropships to bring vehicles or Marines to the ground. However, with 3.16, we do have Jump Town and the Jump Town event, so locking down sort of facilities using ships like this, using Marines to actually run down an FPS. It is going to be relatively important, especially if people are hunkered down, protecting a facility. You're going to want enough Marines to sort of go and take them out. So there are more and more reasons to use dropship vehicles like this, and I would say like dominance vehicles. This takes superiority of the air and then applies it to the ground. It's not a ship that you're going to want to use against other ships so much, although it probably is not too bad against fighters. And so we've got 5-sized 1 little Gatlings, which the crew can open the doors and then fire out. They don't have a huge range of motion. Well, actually, no, that's more than I thought they were going to have, actually. So you can zoom in with right-click to actually get a better... Okay. How much ammo do they have? Does it show me how much ammo they have? It says low ammo. Okay. So that's pretty cool. So we got 2 of those on each side. And then 1 at the rear. Do I just open it up and the turret works? But I think they'd be alright against ships that are following you. I mean, size 1, it's not going to be great. It is supposed to be used against soft targets on the ground for sure. And I don't know if I could pull 18 people together to realistically use this ship at any one time, but I don't run a giant orc. So, orgs that have membership to support these ships, fantastic. They're going to be really useful. But it is basically just a dropship and a support ship after your ships your troops have dropped. A little bit of an APC for them to get them to A and B nice and safe. But I would not want to use this against a heavy fighter. Light fighters, medium fighters, yeah, it's got a lot of gun. It's got a bit of shield. And it's got a bit of armor. But its cargo is too valuable to want to engage in prolonged combat or anything like that. But on the ground, against light targets, soft targets, some light vehicles, it's going to be particularly effective. Or if it's a blind spot in a base. But once bases have got air defences and stuff, you're going to want to take those air defences out before deploying the ship, for sure. I'm not sure if I like the idea that your Marines have to come to the front of the ship to use the toilet. Oh no, there's no toilet. This isn't a Cutlass Red. How do toilet? There's like 20 people on this ship with crew and oh my. Is there no toilet? Do we just have to go in the corner? So yeah, very reasonably short range is the way that they expect the ship to be used. That's monstrous. What am I supposed to do? Come to the front here going, oh yeah, I'll just use the toilet quick. Bam, get in a turret. We've got the little lockers and stuff like that. It's going to be a fantastic jump town ship for sure. So I quite like the fact that the pilot also has access to what appears to be 6 size 4 missile mounts, giving it a combined total of 12 size 3 missiles as standard. I think they might be integrated missile mounts as well, so that means you can't change the size of the missiles, but you might be able to change the missile type that's in there. We'll have to wait and see, I suppose. But yeah, that's a lot of missile for this sort of ship. The room for 18 Marines, yeah, that's a lot of room. But I couldn't see anywhere for the Marines to store their gear, looking around for a little while. They could at least carry it, though. I mean, the jump seats carry all your gear. Could be quite a short range sort of intention for the ship, like just take the Marines just a couple of minutes away from like a larger ship or a base or whatever. It appears to have a selection of size 2 components, the ship as well, so 2 coolers, a single shield and a single power plant. We don't have all the figures and stats and everything on the ship yet, even though it is flyable in the 3.16 PTU at the moment. No word on price either. I'm guessing that it's going to be just shy of $200, maybe $180 if we're lucky, sort of thing. Something that I will very much be considering upgrading my Cutlass to. Maybe. I mean, I like the Cutlass Black just for how cheap it is. I like the Cutlass Red because it's a little search and rescue medical ship. I like the Cutlass Blue because it's a bit of more of a combat-y Cutlass. And this is a dropship Cutlass. I have the least use for this one because I don't have 18 friends that I can regularly just load up to do something with. I mean, I could actually start using my YouTube channel and Discord and stuff. I probably have a community that would want to play games. 18 Marines is a lot, and I hope that this is an indicator that server meshing tech is going well, and they foresee dozens of these ships being able to be deployed in the future full of Marines. I also think it's potentially something they wanted for theatres of war, for the sort of like outlaw sides when you're fighting them. That sort of makes sense. It might even be something they want to use for Squadron 42 in the future. This is a perfect ship for Jump Town. And that event, though. Assault an area. Just turn up, lock it down. You do need to fill it with Marines. It's not suitable for small groups, but I would expect orgs to have loads of these ships. In fact, I expect this to be an incredibly popular ship. Will the size 1s be effective against ships? I think every little helps, with the little side guns also firing. I mean, why not? Well, you might run out of ammo pretty quickly, is actually why not. And I suppose if a lot of those Marines are armed with heavy weapons, you can fire a load of railguns out the sides and stuff as well, although there might be a reasonable amount of friendly fire, which you probably don't want. But yeah, I'm loving the idea of the Drake Cutlass Steel. Fantastic that it's a bit of a surprise ship coming with 3.16. But there's more stuff, though. So, we saw in Inside Star Citizen, they started showing off Area 18 and Dying Star and that sort of stuff a bit more, and Jump Town. That's all available in the 3.16 PTU patch now. Jump Town 2.0 is being tested reasonably frequently in the moment. You can expect some actual gameplay footage of that from me and Zin soon, because we'll play through a couple of those over the weekend for sure. Beyond the Cutlass Steel, there's also a new Gravlev bike that we're expecting to go on concept sale, or more likely straight to flyable for 3.16 that will be revealed in the next week as well. And we've seen some of its handlebars already. We're assuming it's a Gravlev bike because they talked about Gravlev. They mentioned it when they were mentioning other Gravlev bikes, and we know it's Gravlev. We know it's something new. 3.16 said it's going to be announced in Luminalia, but I would expect it to be flyable straight away. And we know that there's supposed to be a mobile refinery ship that's being worked on as well, which will be revealed at some point. Could it be part of 3.16? Maybe they'll want to keep it until we actually have refueling in game. So let's see what happens with 3.17 and 3.18 next year. But I'm interested to know what you think. Are you looking forward to the Drake Cutlass Steel? Is this going to be something that steals your heart or your wallet? Are you going, yeah, actually, I want to upgrade my Cutlass to that? Or, there's no real point for me to do this because I don't have 18 mates that want to be Marines at the same time? Or is your org already sort of like getting ready to buy 12 of them? Because you're like, yeah, we want a load of Cutlass Drake Steels. Woo! Yeah. Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below.
Ho ho ho, I'm a fat man with a beard, and I'm gonna sneak down your chimney and give you
NordVPN. That's right, I'm BoredGamer. I am that fat man with a beard. And it's Nordmas. So what do you want in your stocking for Nordmas, little Timmy? I want NordVPN, with its useful security, privacy, and locational spoofing features. I also want a racing car set. Of course you do, but as I'm not sponsored by Racing Car Set, maybe you should shut your little mouth, Tim. Merry Nordmas! For December, we are giving away an Origin 400i with a Star Citizen game package and lifetime insurance. This is a luxury multi-role explorer ship for 1 to 3 players to run together. It's like a little yacht in space. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that is comment on any of my videos made during December. If you'd like to further support the channel, please consider clicking that join button underneath my videos. You can also become a Patreon or even donate. Thank you so much for watching, please take care, and I'll see you in the verse.